Fat jump. Hey, Miss Hodgkin.
Hey.
How's it going? Today is Wednesday, October 15th, and I'm here to turn in some work that I kind of missed.
Maybe just a little bit of missing work.
So, unfortunately, you thought you'd never see her again.
Never thought she'd leave me. I'm here.
But she's here, so you're gonna have to deal with her. So today I'm gonna turn in my assignments in a unique way that you probably have never done or seen. And my grade is gonna go from
what it is now.
a D to an A.
A plus.
Maybe not an A plus, just
Okay,
an
so
A.
maybe
I'm good with an A.
Yeah, we'll be reasonable.
Why I need an A is first, I need to get into Cornell or UCLA or Tufts. I don't know what Tufts studies, but sounds fancy. Or Harvard. I lost my train of thought. So today's first question is,
what significant factor touched a migratory wave from the south?
I don't know. Let's talk about it. So Dominique, what do you think?
Well, you see, Ben, a lot of northern factories opened up and caused a lot of job openings.
Oh, so the people from the south were able to go to the north because jobs were now available.
And so they had to migrate.
Great research, Dominique.
Question 2.
What are 3 factors which exacerbated economic difficulty and deplorable work conditions for the blacks after World War I? So, although there were laws in place to protect the black people and get them jobs ultimately, it wasn't really practical because around the black communities, all the police officers and people who were supposed to enforce the laws didn't believe in the laws, therefore nothing happened.
Well, you know, Ben, also, a lot of working conditions were completely awful for the African American people because there were so few jobs available at the time. Anybody would accept any job, no matter what the pay or conditions, because they were that desperate. There was no turnover of employees. Everyone remained in jobs, and blacks, African American people, didn't have the option to be promoted in their workplace.
That's right. Next question.
Alright, question 3.
So, what factors increase residential instability among the black people? Any thoughts?
Well, you see, Ben, the African American people, most likely at the time, did not own any property or land. And this resulted in residential instability and caused them to move around geographically during this time.
Question number.
What are 3 things that white people did to discourage African Americans from participating?
So, like in sports, for example, it was a big deal when Jackie Robinson came to play for the Dodgers. A lot of people looked down on him. I watched the movie 42, and it's pretty disgusting what some of the things people did to him. Spitting at him, calling him. Another thing that whites hated blacks doing was going to college and getting an education. Nobody liked that because then, you know what? Blacks could be as smart as you, and nobody wanted that. They were supposed to be looked down upon, and when they were equal to you, yikes. Another thing is like health. So say that a black man breaks his arm versus a white man breaks his arm and they both arrive at the hospital at the same time. Who's gonna get treatment first? Obviously the white man would. Still nowadays, you know, it might happen still. There's still racism that goes on in our culture, and unfortunately things like in New York City, the stop and frisk laws, over 80% of the people who are stopped and frisked are African Americans. So it just shows how our culture has not fully developed outside of that world of racism that we came from originally. So the last and final question is,
what caused blacks to splinter into so many segments in Pittsburgh?
so what happened?
Back then, Pittsburgh, the geographical area of Pittsburgh, caused African Americans to split up into areas of...
So because of kind of the spread of the job opportunities and everything that
And
was
now-
going on in Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh was an industrial town. They call Pittsburgh the steel town. And so there was a lot of factories that could carry people, but certain factories didn't allow black people, or supposedly. Okay, so now that assignment's done, we'll move on. Next is talking about our societal expectations, our roles as male or female in society, and how we pass things on and inherit things.
I think what happened was there used to be a horrible gap between genders, but recently it's not as much of a problem. I mean,
it used to be like this, and now it's like this.
if it's actually true that women earn about 70 cents to every dollar that a man makes, that is just ridiculous.
Yeah, they have to go through a lot more.
We go through childbirth. I should get $2 for every dollar this asshole makes.
Well, I feel like society expects something worse than what I'm trying to give them. Like, they expect me, an 18-year-old, a senior in high school, to be partying every night, to not do any of my work, to like, you know, like to be smoking crack, like everyone at Justin does.
They're on like something else. They're on that, mind kush or whatever.
So Miss Hodgkin, have you ever smoked crack?
Society expects a lot more of the youth of today than the past. In fact, it wasn't until recently that education became extremely important in our society, especially with technology advances and the growing.
Education's getting like everyone's getting stupider. So why is education like coming to the forefront? Because everyone's stupid and pathetic, and all the 60-year-olds are now realizing that all the 12-year-olds are pathetic, so they need to do something about it because they're all pathetically stupid.
Well, there's that. But also, I think education is important for the few, and Obamacare is important for the many.
Hodgkin, are you a Democrat or a Republican? I have a feeling like you're gonna say you're an independent, but you actually agree with the Democratic Party more.
Actually, I think she might be a little bit of a Republican because she did that whole rant last year about how the NSA was watching us and anti-government stuff.
Yeah. Jamie, how are you doing? Today's a great day. We're in the car heading downtown to ask some people some questions, get some public opinions.
Thought you saw the last of me.
You thought so, but she's back. She's back and better than ever. So I'm driving and holding my phone, kind of being a little bit illegal right now. So I'm gonna go, but we're going downtown to ask some people some questions. Hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of the video, and we'll see you in class when I have an A on my Power School grade.
Amazing. We are almost here. Get excited. We're gonna start interviewing random civilians about things they probably aren't educated enough to answer. Yay! Hi, can I ask you a few questions?
Yes.
What do you think about stereotypes in today's modern world?
There are way too many of them.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
And don't really get to know who you really are and just put you in a category that the white or rich.
So what are some of the things that people stereotype based on? Just some of the categories, like...
Black people like watermelon, looks, religion, music, interests. Americans are ghetto.
Do you think stereotypes are dying out, or do you think they're going strong? What do you think about their future in society?
I think that they're still prevalent and they're still gonna be here no matter what.
Or open-minded?
Definitely decreasing. I think.
Decreasing? Yeah.
There's still about as many of them as there always have been.
Really?
Not any better, not any worse.
Categories people stereotype
The
on.
government.
The government, yeah.
needs to start stereotyping more than what they do now.
Government, yeah.
needs to start stereotyping more than what they do now.
Government, yeah.
needs to start stereotyping more than what they do now.
Negative thing because people make snap decisions based on someone because they fit their
Yeah.
model of something. I guess it could be positive also if it's a positive stereotype, like this sort of person is smart, this
Yeah.
sort of person is whatever. I know stuff like that impacts hiring, it impacts treatment of women in the workplace, treatment, you know, it's...
I had a friend that was fired.
Oh, really?
Yeah, basically because she got pregnant.
I think there is still a prejudice in favor of men.
It's still not equal pay for equal work. I think in a lot of cases, and still I think there is some prejudice in the workplace.
Yeah.
I think it's easier for a man still to
Really?
advance. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm not a mother, but I'm single and I'm 50. And, you know, then there's like, well, why didn't you ever get married? You know, like it's like there's still this expectation in society that you're, as a woman, you should, that's the ultimate, to get married and have children. Or,
It's almost a stereotype.
yeah, it is.
See, people need to be nicer to each other, and this little girl who is representing our future, we're getting nicer. Stereotypes are dying, but they'll never be completely erased, but we can try.
So, my day is complete. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and although we're still in Napa, and I guess Napa's not a very diverse place, we still got to hear a lot of great opinions from a lot of different people. Showed me how the world has all these different opinions, and I hope this was a good way to make up my assignments. I don't really know, I didn't want to spend, 30 minutes writing a paper that I wouldn't get anything out of, so I decided to do it this way. I hope you liked the video. Don't share it with your students. Bye.